What is going on, everybody? We're back with another CCW wrestling review. I am Nick,
And I am Joe.
and we're talking about AEW Collision from February 28th. It's now March 1st, and as of this recording. But
It is indeed.
this is Saturday's Collision, and listen, you don't know what happened? Tony Khan was like, "Hey, we're gonna record this after Dynamite, but we don't have to try that hard because there's a WWE show, and we're just gonna kind of float through this." And boy, did they float through this.
You're not wrong. It felt
This
every bit of that
this
too.
was one of the most uninspired collisions. Like, listen, first and foremost, and this isn't just their fault. I just came over from having to listen to Wade Barrett, and now I have to listen to Tony Schiavone. Like, I can't stand either of them on commentary. So I got like the double dose of just bullshit. Okay, and then and then there are a handful of things I really enjoyed in this show. Do not get me wrong. The wrestling as a whole was like Collision, in my opinion, was a better show than Elimination Chamber. But like we're talking by fractions of an inch better. Like it was missing something. Soul, maybe? I don't know.
She
Um
works in WWE.
who who does? Oh, you're talking
He
Soul
said
Ruka.
Soul, and I said, but she works in WWE.
Right.
There you go.
So we start off the show,
Nothing's better than having to explain your joke.
right? We start off with MJF being all mad, and he's like, "I'm the best wrestler on the planet today." He's like, "I'm holding this show hostage until Tony Khan comes out and does this right. I am not wrestling in a Texas death match." And at that point,
He said, I'm not a garbage indie wrestler.
at, at that point, Kevin Knight comes out, and Knight says that, you know what, he's been getting the job done. He called MJF. Listen, I was loving everything Kevin Knight was saying until he got too excited. He was getting ready to cuss on TV. You could tell as he was leading up to calling him a crybaby ass bitch that he got excited, and then he said it, and I was like, meh.
Yeah, I didn't. His whole demeanor changing and being this cocky guy ain't working for me.
That's okay. I love it. But then again, I'm also a Ti fan, so.
Yeah,
um,
to each their own.
but yeah, no, I love the cockiness that he's been showing, because it's gonna end up turning him heel before it's all said and done, and I think he's gonna be such a more entertaining heel than a face. I also kind of hope.
Jet Speed in general have just been cocky AF here, like within the last 3 weeks, and it's getting annoying to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, you don't like cocky personas.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's what I don't like. Rock was only my favorite wrestler in the Attitude Era.
Maybe you don't like them anymore. You don't like hardcore wrestling anymore.
It's a lot different now.
We watched backyard wrestling videos that were way worse than the shit that we watch now, and we were entertained.
My sensitivity to violence has changed.
Mine's increased. I don't.
Boy, you're not wrong.
I'm a weirdo. Except I can't watch like Faces of Death. Faces of Death is still a bit much, but
Understandable.
um. So basically, by the end of this, Knight says he dresses better and looks better, and thinks that he would make a better world champion. MJF's like, fine, El Paso, Dynamite next week, world title match, and after that match, you won't be the future or the now. You'll just be history. And I was like, well, that ended very lacklusterly.
I hope MJF squashes him.
He won't.
Like, he won't. It'll be probably 60-40 in Kevin Knight's favor, but I don't know. It'd be nice to like get this kid's ego in check.
Um, Backstage, Mark Briscoe like says some shit about wanting a match with Ciampa at some point. Ciampa. Uh, but then Ciampa and Lethal both kind of have a couple moments where they're like, yeah, we're gonna come out and renew our ROH rivalry. We'll see. Match one, 8-man tag match. Death Riders, which was Pac, Claudio, Yuta, and Garcia, versus the Don Callis family, which was composed of Trent Beretta, Rocky Romero, Josh Alexander, and Lance Archer. I actually really ended up enjoying the match itself. Um, I was able to tune out Mox for his
Ooh,
commentary, thankfully.
good for you, because it's what brought the match down for me.
I'm tired of these two groups going at it, but at least the Don Callis family is big enough that it did at least feel like a completely different team this go around.
Yeah, you actually got a fucking Lance Archer sighting, and Trent Beretta's just back out of the blue. So
It's the first time we've seen Rocky since he almost died to one of the nastiest fucking knees to the back of the head I've seen a man take.
right.
Anyways, Death Riders win with Yuta hitting the Psycho knee on Rocky Romero. I called him Romy Rockero. Rocky Romero.
That's funny.
It was a good, well wrestled match. I'm tired of seeing these two teams go at it. At this point,
in this feud,
at this exact point of all the wrestling I had watched, this was the best match I'd seen of the night. I was excited. I was like, "Oh, we're gonna have a good show." No, it gets boring. It gets worse from here, folks.
I don't think it gets worse. I actually like the Tommaso Ciampa Jay Lethal match. It just got a little too much on the outside.
Post match, Take a Shitta comes out with a mic, but instead of talking, he just jumps Mox, which was a fun segment at first because I was like, "Well, I've never seen that before." Somebody just walk out with a mic and then drop it and just beat the shit out of us. Like there was no talking. I don't know if he forgot that he was supposed to talk or what. Maybe they ran out of time. I don't know. But then they had to like break up the fighting like 2 or 3 times. But then like that was where my problem fell in with this whole post match segment. It didn't look believable that they were actually going at each other.
Yep.
Listen, you guys wanted to.
It sure didn't.
You guys want a good example of what it looks like when two people are actually like brawling. Go look up some old school Cena Brock Lesnar stuff when they had to be broken up from brawling. That shit looked real. Kind of was. Brock elbowed the shit out of his face.
That shit'll happen.
Yeah, well. But that's how much you got to be into it, man. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes things happen.
Sometimes you got to take a stray.
And we'll talk about that later too. Match 2, Tommaso Ciampa versus Jay Lethal. So listen, regardless of how much I hated that the swirl got involved in this match, there was one time, and it was the very first time, where Lethal was distracting the ref, and Tommaso was up against the ropes, and Blake came sliding in from one side of the ring, ran all the way to the other, and as he was sliding out, he German suplexed Ciampa off the ropes, and I was like, that was a really cool fucking move.
Yep. And if had it ended there, it would have actually brought something to the match.
Yeah.
But then the continued stuff kind of brought it down.
Tommaso Ciampa kicked Lethal in the face while he was going for his lethal injection, which I will never be tired of seeing. That was a fantastic spot. And then he hit him with
they had a
power bomb onto his knees.
They had a couple spots where they got kicked. Yeah. He really drop kicked him in the face once. He did a couple kicks to the face off of like counters and stuff.
Ciampa ended up winning the handicap match with a running knee. It was honestly a fantastic match overall when the swirl weren't involved.
Yeah, it was a very well wrestled match that just got brought down a peg by too much outside interference.
And there is no reason to hinder Lethal with bullshit like this.
Yep. Like I said, the once where he was deliberately distracting the referee would have been just enough.
I didn't even know they were a heel faction. I thought Lethal was just a tweener.
I did too. I didn't know they were heels either. This was brand new to me as well. So. Then again, I don't watch ROH.
That's true. After this, we get an Inspiration promo package. I guess they're going to have their first match next week against the Brawling Birds.
Oh. And their entire time in AEW will be ruined because of that.
It will. It will. Hopefully it's a good match. The one later tonight wasn't, but hopefully this is a good match. Match 3, speaking of later tonight, this is the one I was just talking about. The Brawling Birds versus Gypsy Mac and Tyra Listen, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I wrote it out. It's Rusami, Tyra. We're just going to call her Tyra. It doesn't matter because it was pretty much a squash match.
It was an enhancement match. Yep.
And the
They're
Birds...
trying to get these bird chicks over, and it ain't working.
This was the second sloppiest fucking match of the night.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Brawling Birds are sloppy AF, dude.
They are. There's like I don't know what's going on half the time. Like they're just throwing arms. It doesn't even look like they're trying to close or punch anybody. It's like forearm smashing people. Like what are you doing?
Yeah. It's chaotic and just amateurish.
The good news is, so they win with their terrible finisher, but the best news of the night is Joe didn't have to listen to them yell their names again. That didn't happen.
Thank goodness.
Anyways, match wasn't as sloppy as it was when they wrestled last week, but it wasn't much better. Apparently, we're getting a 4-way tag money match next week on Collision. It's going to be the Outrunners versus Private Party versus the Swirl versus Roosh and Drilistico are magically back. Welcome back, guys.
Which is good.
I love it. I'm excited. I just talked about Drilistico on Twitter, so I'm excited to see him back.
That'll be a crazy fucking paced match.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be good.
I hope Roosh and Drilistico win, if I'm being honest.
I don't disagree, but you know who's going to win, right?
Outrunners. Actually, it'll probably be Private Party, but I would love for it also to be Outrunners.
There you go. It's going to be fucking Private Party.
And Private Party.
They're probably going to beat the Swirl.
Probably going to pin the Swirl. That's what I was about to say. Match 4, Kyle Fletcher and Okada versus Top Flight. Honestly, one of the coolest things that happened in this match is Top Flight hit a really cool tag team version of Angel's Wings.
Yep.
That I think should be their tag team finisher. But it probably won't be because they definitely didn't win it here.
They sure did not.
Fletcher hits a sheer drop brainbuster for the win. Post-match, Fletcher tells the crowd to say his full name. And then he says the two of them are the greatest champs in company history. He says that as Protocada, they're unstoppable and asks whoever to step up. And Jet Speed comes out. And I was fine at first when they came out because it was, what's-his-face talking this time? Mike Bailey. And I was like, well, at least it's not Kevin because I don't want to hear from the same people twice, right?
Not too bad. You're going to hear from him as well.
But then he gets the fucking mic. And I'm like, dude, we just heard you talk shit. So, like, now he's involved in the World Championship match. They're talking about they're going to have this tag match against Protocada, and they're building it up because the two of them at one point had beaten the two of them in the fucking tournament last year. And then, like, but then they also want to extend a trios championship match to, and I'm like, why? Why are we setting up?
Hangman comes out on Dynamite and it's like, hey, you fuckers need to chill the hell out on just going around challenging every goddamn body. I got a world title to worry about. These trios titles don't mean dick to me. Chill out.
Right. And then they jump him.
That'd be cool. That would be different.
I'm actually looking to Jet Speed to eventually go heel.
Yeah. It would be interesting because it would be different.
Right. So that happens. And then we get a Darby promo where he wants a tag match with him and Cassidy versus the War Dogs. And then we get match 5. Tony Storm versus Zeta Steel. Which, if I had a match of the night, it would be this one. But I don't because I don't know. So Storm wins with the Storm Zero, but listen, Zeta looked really good out there and already looks better than probably about 80% of the women's roster on AEW right now.
Looks better than the chick that they had in Skyflight before her.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Post-match, though, Marina Shafir tried to jump Tony Storm. Tony gets the upper hand, but Yuta comes in to try and stop him. But then she rips off his hat. He panics and runs. And then she puts the hat on herself and looked absolutely goofy. I loved this segment. And then that was it.
Yeah.
Backstage, Bowens for some reason wants to join the ops. Whatever, man. I don't. I don't care.
The ops are dead.
Uh,
They're dead. They just need to move on.
Hook was like, "Look, I don't know if you're a fit for the ops. We're killers. Are you a killer? I'll think about it." And I was like, "I don't want you to think about it. I want the ops to disband. If I'm being honest, I don't.
Yeah, I agree.
Or move to ROH. Get off my TV."
Get some actual new members and then try to come back and establish yourself. This whole trying to recruit and take up my TV time is idiotic.
Match 6: Chris Statlander and Thunder Rosa versus the Sisters of Sin. This is the sloppiest match of the night, guys. It's a lot of big things, but it's also a lot of little things that is bothering me right now in the current. It's not even just these ladies. The current overall landscape of the AEW women's roster. There's a spot in this match where the Sky Blue and Julia hit their tag team finisher, right? And Julia goes for the pin, and Blue, instead of like, she runs around them as they're doing the pin to get in between whoever's coming in to try and break up the pin and them, but then plants herself directly in front of them, which was very obvious that she was about to get pushed into them by the way she was standing. And it made me mad because I'm like, everything with these women is telegraphed, and that's what's bothering me.
Yep.
And what I would have rather have seen, and it would have hurt, you would have had some fucking pain, but you know what? It's wrestling. Why did she not, like, if you want to give me a spot that would have been really cool, Blue should have ran over to jump over Julia while they were doing the pin. And while in midair, have Thunder come in and take her out and have her land on top of Julia.
Yep.
Like, at least then it would have been something cool and different, but instead you telegraph by standing right there. And then we get little things during the match. Like, there's a part where Thunder and Julia together both go to kick one of either Statlander or Thunder Rosa. And they don't kick at the same time, so somebody was off one way or the other. But both of them, like, kicked very lazily, where it didn't even look like they were trying to actually kick them. Like, again, it comes back to the fundamentals that it feels like both of these women are struggling with so hard right now. And I've seen both of them at different parts in their careers exhibit being able to do these things.
Yeah, they've regressed. It's depressing.
And again, it comes back to everything with these women. I'm talking about Sisters of Sin specifically here. Looks like everything's being done in slow motion.
Yep. It's like they're afraid to get hurt or hurt someone else. And you can't wrestle that way.
No. So I don't know. And honestly, Thunder Rosa didn't look good either, wrestling wise. I just, Stat felt like the only person that knew what they were doing that entire match. And I feel bad for her because she's now stuck in whatever weird program this is.
Yeah.
Thunder wins with her driver or whatever it's called. This match sucked. It is what it is.
Which is terrible. Terrible move.
Post-match, Tekla comes out and says she can't stand when there are now two dumb bitches. She said to tell... she told Stat to tell Rosa how she made her cry in the back and took her title from her. Tekla says that Rosa should just retire.
I agree.
Me too. And then presents the ladies in the ring as the past of the women's division. Now listen, I didn't like this promo near as much as the one from last week.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I don't. I think the problem is it's Thunder Rosa involved, and I don't care. I just don't care.
You might be. I'm ready to get this shit over with so she can actually get a legit challenger.
I've never been impressed with Thunder Rosa ever in the history of my watching AEW.
She's had one good match. She's made an entire career in that company off of one good match.
And yeah, guys, it's easy for me to say that as somebody that watches. I could not do what she does in the ring. But that's why I'm not in the ring. That's why I'm sitting at home talking about wrestling.
That's right.
I know my place. It's not in the ring.
It's to talk about the shit that others do.
My place is not in the ring. All right. I would be the
We had
worst.
our time.
Yeah.
We had our time.
I actually probably would have been a damn good wrestler if I'd have fucking stuck with it. But you know what? I didn't. And backyard wrestling is my legacy. Being dropped on a weapon that turned sideways and yelling my ass.
Hey, and that's why he doesn't like Jax people.
Match 7, Andrade El Idolo versus Tomohiro Ishii. This match ended up being better than I expected it to be. I still wasn't thoroughly enjoying it.
It's because Andrade is awesome.
It's Andrade is really good at what he does. I like Tomohiro, but he works best in tag scenarios at this point in his career.
Yep, I agree.
Andrade hits his spinning elbow, which is the most vicious looking spinning elbow in the game right now. And then he hits the DM and wins.
Yeah.
Post match, Bandito comes out and goes to shake Andrade's hand. Andrade spits on his hand, and they both point to
We're getting them at Revolution. Fucking let's go.
Yeah, that's like one of the matches I'm most looking forward to. They're gonna kill it.
Yeah, they are.
Hopefully. And hopefully they don't actually kill each other. Look, I don't want them to hurt each other, but I think they're gonna go out and put on a damn good match.
There you go. Agreed.
There are other matches that I'm excited for too, but like, don't get me wrong, I am also excited to see FTR and Bucks. I'm just tired of seeing it. This will be a good match. They always are. I want there to be something
very
different.
Good wrestling match, but yeah, they're doing it. It's every year.
At the very least, they should stick a third team in there just to give us something different. Like,
yeah, to be a little different.
But yeah, that's Collision. Like I said, I think it's a better show overall than what Elimination Chamber was. But I just think as a whole, like if we're talking about just wrestling on the day from the two main companies, it has been one of the most uninspired wrestling days.
Overly bad. Just yeah, uninspired is a very good way of putting it.
Like I said, it felt like people knew they were wrestling for a taped episode of Collision on one side, so they just didn't put their all into it.
Like, oh, the ratings are going to be down. Who cares?
And then on the other side, it's WWE, so their shows are always kind of just meh. Right now, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll see what happens. This is the most unexcited I've been for a road to WrestleMania in a long time. So there's that. Anyways, with that being said, we love y'all. We're gonna go play some Resident Evil. We'll talk to you next time. Deuces.
Later.